Hello friends and welcome back to Virtual Happy Hour, the first episode in my new Getaway in a Glass series for March, because you may be reminiscing fondly on those long lines at the airport behind people who seemingly have never traveled before and have multitude of full-size body washes in their luggage that they need to empty not only from their own but from their children and their screaming toddlers' luggage as well. Or perhaps you're really missing that age-old debate of whether the matte or the more glossy concealer is going to do a better job of grafting your sun-scorched skin back onto your face as you peel after a day in the sun and poorly applied sunscreen before you go for dinner. So basically, I am trying to transport you to actually the best parts of vacation without the nightmare of air travel and the exorbitant expense. Take your mind with me on a journey to cerulean seas and sandy beaches and chiseled abdomens with a perfectly bronze tan. That's where I want you to go with me, and that's why I've dressed in one of my more tropical numbers with some very fancy tropical earrings. I have no tan, as you may have noticed, from being indoors pretty much exclusively for the last year. Let's go ahead and get started and make our escape artist that I shared. I recently picked up a bottle of Ancho Chile Liqueur, Ancho Reyes, from the new bottle shop inside town, which I highly recommend you check out if you haven't already. You can also order this from the LCBO if you're looking for it. You're also going to need some Jamaican rum. I am using Appleton Estate Signature Blend, pineapple juice, lime juice. Ideally, you have hibiscus syrup. Basically, just put 2 bags of hibiscus tea and 1 cup of boiling water. Once it's steeped for 5 minutes, put that in a small saucepan over medium heat with 1 cup of sugar. Let it simmer until the sugar's dissolved, cool to room temperature. Throw it in a bottle with a nice lid into the fridge. It will keep for 2 to 3 weeks. You'll need a straw. We're serving in a highball glass. This will be a shaken cocktail. I'm going to be garnishing with a bit of fresh pineapple and hibiscus flowers in syrup, because I'm sure you all have this at home. That's what we're doing. Let's get after it. 1.5 ounces of our Jamaican rum. Yes, I think it's been a while since most of us have been on a vacation. I really don't miss air travel. Maybe if I was flying first class, I would feel differently. I was informed halfway through the pandemic that I could go and interview to get my Nexus. Didn't seem like a pressing issue. 1 ounce of our chili liqueur. If you don't have this, you could just like muddle some jalapenos or chili peppers to get some kind of heat in your cocktail. You could use an orange liqueur instead if you still wanted that sort of volume of this cocktail. Didn't want that lid anyway. Bye forever. 1.5 ounces of pineapple juice. There has been a guy standing outside my condo screaming at the top of his lungs at 15-minute intervals, "I love you, Ottawa! Don't give up, you've got this!" And I was doing fine and feeling like I didn't need to give up until he started screaming right below my window since last night at 15-minute intervals, which has really just brought a whole new level of fresh hell to this experience for me, and I'm very tempted to march downstairs and tell him that the feeling is not mutual and Ottawa does not love him back, so please shut the fuck up. Okay, that's where I'm at. 1/2 ounce of freshly squeezed lime juice. 1/2 ounce of our hibiscus syrup. You're gonna need your crushed ice. Having some lid difficulties today. So as usual, I'm using my Lewis bag and mallet. We'll get to that in a moment. I'm gonna shake this baby up over ice. I've already smashed this. Again, if you don't have a Lewis bag, Lewis bag, if you don't have these, fear not. Just put a Ziploc filled with ice inside of a cloth grocery bag and use a heavy object, something that we'd use for blunt force trauma to kill the guy shouting outside your window all day, like a rolling pin. That would do just fine. So we're gonna fill this up about 2/3 of the way. You could also do this in a Tiki mug, but I wanted you to see the color. The reason for Tiki mugs, aside from the kitsch of the whole experience and the cultural affect, which is intended to, in fact, transport you to another place, an idealized version, Americanized version of Polynesia, is because most tiki drinks actually have a hideous color. So if you don't want the dishwater effect, luckily we have our hibiscus syrup in here to give this a nice salmony color. Add a straw. I'm gonna grab one of my, if I can get one out of here. They're really like, I don't know how they're organized in here. Here we go. I'm just to kind of plop that on top. It's a nice diaphanous finish. Word of the day. I'm out of fresh mint, but if you had that, you would give that a go. Just gonna put in a pineapple spear. And there we have our escape artist, my friends. Cheers, I hope you'll join me on Friday for another installment of Getaway in a Glass. Can you hear him yelling right now? He's doing it, and I'm going to have a mental break. It's going to happen. Oh my God. Thank you so much for joining me. This is unbelievable. Really, some of my best work. See you on Friday.